Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. And it is starting to get a little less cool here in Vancouver. The rain has come back, and you know what that means? Lots of slush. This rundown is going out to NPC17, who says, "Great to see you going strong, Vic. I've been watching you since the Electric Playground with Tommy. Much love and happy Valentine's Day." Thank you very much. This rundown is all yours. This just in, breaking news. It looks like a Marvel movie is going to be a big hit at the box office. The cosmic new adventure Captain Marvel is currently tracking to earn just over $100 million at its opening weekend at the domestic box office when it hits theaters in 3 weeks. For comparison, this would beat the openings of other Marvel movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange, but falls short of the $200 million opening weekend of last year's Black Panther. Still, $100 million is an impressive feat and is all the more important with a film like Captain Marvel. It's the first Marvel Studios film headlined by a female hero, and it took this long because there was some skepticism that female superheroes could be as popular with audiences. We'll get to find out when it hits theaters on March 8th. I never count Marvel out. I think this is going to be a fantastic film. They know how to put these things together. They work with great filmmakers. They work with great actors. They work with great visual effects people. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I love Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury in there. I think Brie Larson is perfect casting. I just love the fact that she is going to be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful superhero in the whole MCU canon. I think it's going to be a cosmic good time. Amazon has re-enlisted John Krasinski to help them continue building their online streaming service. With the second season of Amazon's new Jack Ryan series in the works, Amazon has announced that they've just renewed the show for a third season. Head of Amazon Studios, Jennifer Salke, says that they made the decision after seeing what's coming in season 2, and there was no reason not to want more. Aside from ratings and critical reception, Amazon's goal with Jack Ryan, like every other streaming platform, is to create shows that are popular enough to build their subscriber base. They started producing original content a few years ago to take on rivals like Netflix and Hulu, with Jack Ryan being one of their biggest projects yet. Before you start worrying about the third season, the second season arrives later this year. I really enjoyed the first season. It was very easy to binge watch that season. John Krasinski was terrific in the lead role, but there were lots of great supporting characters in the cast as well, and the tension was ratcheted very high, and I was nervous and tense the whole time watching the show. It was effective storytelling. I am very much looking forward to more. So congrats on your success, John Krasinski and Amazon, with the show. Over to another side of the Tom Clancy universe, Rainbow Six Siege fans are about to have a very busy weekend. The annual Rainbow Six Invitational World Championship kicks off today in the game's hometown of Montreal. 16 of the best teams in the world will compete for the title of World Champion, with the winners being crowned on Sunday night. The event itself is the biggest in Rainbow Six esports history, filling up Montreal's Bell Place Stadium, with the tournaments getting bigger and bigger every year as the game's popularity continues to grow.
Year one, it was 500 people in a room with 2 projectors and 2 screens. Then we went to the 360, 1,100 people, and now we're 3,000 people, and it's half a big stadium. So yeah, you see like the journey and the growth of the game, like literally. And yeah, that's one of the most exciting and cool feeling we can get. So I don't know what's gonna be the golden number. You know, that moment where you start being a factory of esports, which I clearly don't want to have. How do we keep that proximity, that intimacy, that relationship where for the players, the fans, hey, cool, I see a dev, I see a community member, and that's, I think, iteration after iteration, finding the always that sweet spot. But if we can grow and share the same qualitative experience with more players, we'll do it.
The esports tournament isn't the only Rainbow Six thing happening this weekend. On Sunday, Ubisoft will begin rolling out the first season of the game's 4th year of content, starting with a content drop called Operation Burnt Horizon. It brings the game to Australia, giving players a colorful new map set in the outback, along with 2 new operators. The new content will be shown off during the 6th Invitational before it goes live for players. We'll have a close look at both the tournament and the new content right here on our channel in the coming days. I cannot believe the success of Rainbow Six Siege. I always want to jump back in and play more, but every time I do, I get thoroughly crushed immediately because people that have stayed with this game are incredible snipers and they just take you out right away. But I cannot believe how successful Ubisoft has been with this product, with this game. Obviously, they've made people very, very happy and they've stayed with it for a long time. Every time we do stories on this thing, like Blake is out in Montreal right now capturing these interviews, I just want to dive right back in because I'm clearly missing something that people are having a blast with. I hope everybody that's at the Rainbow Six Invitational this weekend has an incredible time. Now, I've started collecting some old game cartridges, but here's one that will be a little bit overboard. A sealed copy of the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES is just sold for $100,000, making it the most expensive single game ever sold. Not only is it factory sealed, but the thing that makes it really valuable is that it's also a verified first-run edition of the US version of the game. Those were only sold briefly at the start of the game's US rollout and feature slightly different packaging, complete with a rare black sticker that seals the box at the top. All this and the mint condition of the package, not to mention the historical significance of the game itself, made it a prize to be won, and it was actually bought by a team of 3 bidders pooling their resources. No word on what they plan to do with it next. Yeah, these old cartridges, they're becoming increasingly more valuable, so if you have some, take a look at what your collection is worth on eBay and Craigslist and try to preserve them as best you can, because these things are increasing in value, especially if you have the boxes. Don't get rid of them. They're like old classic comic books, especially right now. I remember in the 80s, comic book collections were so valuable, and yet so many parents said, get rid of those comics, they're taking up tons of space in our house, and then lots of kids went on to really resent their parents because they made them throw away their comic collections. So don't let anybody make you throw away old classic cartridges. All right, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. I want you all to have an incredible weekend. Remember, we make tons of content on EP, so please make sure you check through all the stuff that we've been posting. If you dig it, hit subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. You can join up and be a member of EPN, which would be amazing. Thank you so much for that. You can also check out our merch at epn.tv/merch. We're going to be back on February 20th with a brand new EP Live. We've got a rundown coming up before then, but come down to the VFS Cafe at 390 West Hastings in Vancouver and watch the show live. We'd love to see you there, but you can also watch it on the stream, of course. Have yourselves a great weekend and play forever.